The right location was extremely important, and the rolling hills that we have here covered with trees is just really a perfect place because it's a long ways away from any activity, so it's quiet, it's secluded. It lends itself well to the privacy that people generally like to have when they contemplate. Right now, the first objective is to develop the campus for the retreat, which is up on a hill overlooking the Platte Valley.
One thing that's really impressed me from the beginning on this project was when Mr. Ricketts said he wants to return this land to God. And that really sent a message to me that what we need to do here, the first and foremost, we need to preserve what God has created and return those resources back to Him.
There's 930 acres of God's creation out here. It's deeper than just sightseeing. It's truly an opportunity to get closer to God. And a lot of that's going to have to do with being closer to God's creation.
You don't go to the store to find the things that you're going to put in a project like this. You can't find them on the shelf. The uniqueness of it is something that really, really excites us.
Everything is extremely high class, and it all has to be perfect, you know, and we understand that. So that's our goal, make it all perfect.
It's a very special project, and I feel privileged that I was selected. I mean, I've worked all over the world, but this one touches me.
Everybody from the architects to the artists to even the engineers and the people behind the scenes to the people that are actually building it. I think leveraging all of their individual skill sets and all of the individual talents that they have is really what makes this project unique and really what makes it successful.
The church here in Omaha that I like is St. Margaret Mary's, so I wanted to replicate the idea behind that church in the architecture.
It's really characterized by a steep pitched roof and pointed arches and kind of sculpted stone details to create, you know, every opening is very special. One of the big ideas was that that the sides could be really open to nature, because the idea is to be able to see the environment around, to see God's creation and be really folded into that.
For the main building, which is sort of a meeting room and the dining room, I hired an architect that had done a resort.
There's a large welcoming living room that's kind of the center where everyone circulates during the day. Plenty of places to meditate. All of the guest rooms on the second level all have views, and they're all first-class guest rooms, 5-star quality.
Part of the idea here in Mr. Ricketts' vision really is that with the 6 different architects is really to create different styles, different experiences for the retreatants who come to stay here. Each building here, when you come back, you'll get to stay at a different lodge that has a different theme to it, a different idea, and so that I think makes it very unique. The fact that there are all those different designers engaged in it.
We want this place to be very calm and settled, to be very simple. We sort of lead, I think, all of what we do in as much simplicity as we can, make it about the pieces and parts that it's made of.
One of the hallmarks of our practice, I guess, is the extent to which we've made the outdoors a part of the living experience of the house. And we sort of blur the line between where the indoors and the outdoors begin and end.
We're celebrating something different here. We're celebrating the spiritual potential of human beings.
We have an opportunity here to create a set of stations that rivals, if not supersedes, anything done in the world. This is not a set of stations of the cross you've ever seen. This is a complex group of figures that have connection, have emotion, have motion, there's wind, the level of detail for the authenticity of the costuming and the dress and apparel, and it's done of its time.
A lot of the stations don't seem to pull people in the way I think that ours will. And part of that could be that many of them are sort of two-dimensional. They're in windows, or they're in bas-reliefs, or they're in small stages. And ours is truly walk amongst it. That's what we're creating here.
It's just an exciting thing to be involved in. It's an amazing project, and then working with 9 other sculptors is really interesting. The collaboration part, I think, is going to make this a stronger and more interesting project, to have this many artists and different people approaching it.
Now we're getting together with the landscape architects, because we'll have to work hand in hand with them, so that when we put these pieces in, they'll be situated right for the light and situated right for people as they come across these pieces on the path.
Top-notch, high-grade sculptors, really at the top of their game, doing some of their best life's work in these stations. And I think that the glory that it will bring to God as its main mission is really second to none.
Well, I think the Cloisters on the Platte obviously is going to be an extremely beautiful place. But I really hope the highlight for them when they come will be the retreat itself. The Ignatian retreats that will be at the Cloisters on the Platte will be 3-day silent retreats.
So the importance of the quiet on the Ignatian retreat is critical, otherwise it doesn't work. It helps build character, it brings you an inner calm, it brings people closer to God, and it's very personal.
We're bombarded with so much in our society, and to just be able to stop, meditate, pray, it's really an important part and just really adds to your own tranquility.
Trust how powerful the experience has been in the lives of others. Ask yourself what you really need, and I think each of us will discover in ourselves that we need to be alone with the Lord.
If you have never afforded yourself the luxury to go on an Ignatian retreat, you ought to do it once, to see if it's the kind of thing that really gives you the spiritual fulfillment that you would like.